Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercraft 67. Well, it has been a very long time since I've made a video. 9 months it says on my YouTube page. So yeah, I've had a lot of big changes in my life in the last 12 months and it's just kind of, wow, I lost all motivation, to be honest. I haven't crafted anything for such a long time. My Etsy shop is empty. And so, yeah, I finally feel like I'm back on track. Not so much with the paper crafts yet. Yeah, the paper crafts, as much as I love it, I just can't get motivated in that area yet. But I just thought I would jump on. I've seen that I have had a few new subscribers come to the channel, so welcome and thank you. And thank you to all the people that messaged asking me how I was and when I would be coming back. I don't know if I'm going to be doing regular videos. We've moved to a new house and I simply have nowhere to film. I'm filming at the dining room table, which is awkward, but anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to get some stock into the Etsy store. And because I've not been huge on the paper crafts, I've turned my hand to a little bit of sewing. And so I just thought I would jump on today and show you some of the projects that I've been working on, and maybe they'll come up in the Etsy store in the next few weeks. So first of all, I sort of wanted to do some needle books. I've done needle books in the past, and I just felt like I wanted to do some more. So I've got inspiration from various people on YouTube. I can't name names, I'm sorry. But yeah, just some lovely little single felt little needle books. I've done some beading work on there. That was an old applique from a doily. So I've just done some beading, and on the inside I've got two little pockets, and I've just done sort of an applique, all slow stitched. I haven't used the machine on these at all. So yeah, they're really fun and easy to make, and really great in your sewing basket. Then I went and I've created some bigger needle books. These are all, again, every part of it slow stitched. I haven't used a machine at all. I've done some beading on this beautiful flower from a doily and some stamping. Yeah, I've just used lots of lace and doilies and bits and pieces of fabric, some vintage, some more new, and I've quilted it. And then inside I've created a pocket on the front and a pocket on the back. This one here, again, I've just done some beading, these beautiful printed images, country cottage type images, fabric that I have. So I accentuated some beading on there, and yeah, this one here's got 4 pages of felt to put your needles and so forth in. So pocket on the front, some pins in the pocket. Yeah, so that's the first one that I have created. I must admit I do enjoy slow stitching. It kind of calms me right down. Second one, a little bit more vintage looking. Again, this one again has been slow stitched, everything on it. I've done some beading work on the butterfly and centre of the flowers. I've put a little pocket on the front here, so it's a little pocket inside there and a pocket at the back, and my scissors, so you can fit a pair of scissors. Not quite a disc of pins. I didn't measure it correctly, but if you had a narrower style of pins, they would all fit in there. Tape measures. And this one's only got 2 pages of felt, and I'm still working on a pocket for the rear of this one. So, but that one, yeah, I'm very happy with that, how it turned out. Got to work on a closure for that one as well. So that's my needle books. Then this project, this I love. I've very much enjoyed this project. This piece of fabric was gifted to me a long time ago, and I've hoarded it all this time. Pardon me. And I've made a little like keeper, hold all, crafter's companion kind of thing. I think it's wonderful. I've slow stitched in the front. I have put some felt in between so it's slightly quilted, And then I've just sewn pockets. I think they're about 1¼ inch increments all the way along in the centre. Then this one here is a little larger at the back. Oh geez, I don't even know if I'm on camera, sorry. This one here is a little larger, and this one here is a little larger again. But yeah, it holds my paint brushes, my water brush pencils. I've got a couple of crochet hooks in here. You could fit your shorter length knitting needles, coloured pencils for the kids, that would be wonderful. Yeah, I just love it. And then it all just rolls up and secures with a bit of, I've got a bit of jute there, and it can go into your bag or wherever, you know, your suitcase, what handbag, anything. So I am working on making some of those for the shop because I just think they would really, really come in handy for people that, a lot of people craft when they go to retreats or they go on holiday and they take their things with them. This way you can hold all those essential items for crafting. Because it's quilted, you could even put your pins and needles stuck into there, or you can easily fold in a needle book to go inside there. So yeah, really, really great. I very much enjoyed those, and I'm looking to make some for the shop. So that's another project. And then I've been very inspired. I've been watching along in the corner, Roxy Creations, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. So I've never done hand embroidery before in my life, and I have in the past done slow stitching. This is a cover that I made, probably many years ago, that I've just always kept and never used it for anything. But it was just, you know, some hand sewing, some machine stitching, and I just basically collage with fabric. But yeah, the real idea of slow stitching I had never done. So I have been following along, not so much in the theme, but yeah, just practicing my different stitches and actual slow stitching. It's been wonderful. So this is one that I did. This is the first one that I did. My hand stitching is by no means neat, and it's not even either, but you know, hey, I just sort of figure, isn't slow stitching supposed to be a little bit scrappy looking? Anyway, so this was a stamp that I stamped onto the fabric, and then I embroidered around that. I've really got to work on stitches. I'm not very good yet, but like I said, I've never done it before. And I've used some of my vintage laces, and I've used some beading and some old buttons that I had, some doily lace there. And then I don't really know how this is going to attach to the book yet. I haven't seen that part of the series, but I've just kind of all pinned it together at the moment, thinking, well, maybe I can fashion some way for it to go into this soft-covered book. But so that was my first one, and I think one of the prompts was fancy flowers. So that was my fancy flower attempt. Then this one here was just something that came to mind. I was sitting out the back having a cup of coffee one morning, and we're fortunate enough that we have a lot of bird life in our backyard. So from actually this piece of fabric, I cut this little bird, and I just sort of, in my mind's eye, was a tree with a bird and a nest, and just some colours that kind of represented morning blue skies, and yeah, so like I said, I'm no expert at this slow stitching stuff or these beautiful stitches that I see other ladies produce, gorgeous, but I just thought I'm going to give it a go. So I just straight stitched, I think it's called, or whatever it is, a tree, and I've got messy embroidery cotton with some beading in for his nest. And again, I've just used some laces and done some hand stamping on fabric, and you know, just, yes, and buttons. So I love that one. That's my hello. Then this one here, well, this too could be part of the fancy flowers. I just, I want to learn how to make those Suffolk puffs, the yo-yos. But anyway, so I was cutting circles of fabric, and I thought, well, I'm going to make these really beady flowers. So done some French knots and some little stems and bits of lace and bits and pieces, and cut some leaves, and yeah, so that was another page. This one here, there was a butterfly theme, So again, I had my sister gifted me an old apron, and I've cut it apart because I don't wear aprons, and it's this gorgeous linen style, or it's heavier than linen, I'm not sure what you call it, like a canvas almost. So I cut bits and pieces and I beaded the butterfly, and just layering up. And this was another stamp that I have, a rubber stamp. So I stamped on the fabric and just did some embroidery with French knots and so forth. A bit more beading there. And then this one I was just playing with. This one looks a bit like a hot mess, I think. But anyway, I love heart with some beads and lots of florally pretty fabrics. Again, some more floral embroidery, and this little one here with some beads. And yeah, so that's what's inspired me, I think, to begin sewing again. So that's been a really fun project, and for anyone that's stitching along or following along, it's great. So that's that little bit that I've been doing. And then I did make a journal. So yeah, this one will be going up for sale in the shop. I've just done a fabric tassel, a bell with some beads. It's a hard-covered book, and I've just laid up some beautiful lace that I did buy from Kylie at Paper Daisy Journals some time ago, and I've got such a tiny little bit left. I love it. And I've made this one a journal from a printable from My Porch Prints. I don't know the name of this one now. I can't remember. I'm sorry. But for instead of decorating the journal per se, I've turned the covers into like a folio. So all the ephemera that comes with this kit, I've created and popped in all these pockets. There's envelopes, little tags, and then that flips out, and then there's some journal cards and some more envelopes, and I've just done raggy tags, and kept it kind of real vintagey feeling. A whole heap of journal cards or whatever you want to do with them. You can even further embellish them should you want to. There's just a scrappy notebook of different kinds of paper and bits and pieces that I had. I've done a lot of machine stitching on these. And then inside the journal, there's a lot of envelopes in this kit. So the images on the paper are just beautiful. I can't remember the name of it. Crafter's Planner, maybe it is. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I've just attached with some paper clips the different envelopes throughout the journal, and yeah, it's really, I've printed front to back on these pages, so there's no white pages, and I've machine stitched down all of them. So looks like bodies everywhere. Okay, we'll fix that. And then I've just done a journal insert, a pocket insert there that runs through the middle of the journal, another little card, and yeah, and so it goes on and on throughout the journal part. Yes, isn't that pretty? It was a stack of books, a very, very shabby chic type, beautiful feather. And then we come to the end of that, and then again we've got the other side of the folio. So again, it's envelopes and little tags and journal cards, and it flips out again, more tags, more journal cards, and then another one of those scrappy notebooks. So yeah, so that was fun to do, but that honestly, it's the last thing I've created, and it really upsets me because I have all these beautiful digitals from so many beautiful artists, and I've just lost my inspiration for paper crafts. I don't get it. But anyway, we'll get there in the end. So that's what I've been doing. Hopefully I will be back on a more, regular basis, but I can't promise that. I'll pop in and out as I've got things to show you. Hopefully I will get some stuff back into Etsy to sell. The shop's been sitting vacant for so long, I'm sure I've lost a lot of people. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Yeah, we just had a lot happen in our life about a year ago, and quite seriously, it knocked me on the backside. So anyway, better days ahead. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I hope everyone is well and finding some time for craft. And I will see you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.